Hello, Viji.
Hi, good evening, Dr.
Good
Lalita.
evening.
I'll call you
Now,
Doc. I call you Lalita. How do I address you?
as you wish, Viji, like I am so overwhelmed. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. I mean, truly, from the core of my heart, like when I will be at your age, I just want to be like you, to be very honest. You are such an inspiration to me. So let me formally welcome you first, then we will start our conversation. Hello,
Sure,
Viji. Good
sure.
evening. Hello, everyone. And today, whosoever is connecting with this video, I think is one of the luckiest person on this in this country, at least I must say, because today you are going to listen Viji, Vaijayanti Boss. You know, more than my age, she is having the experience. Why I am mentioning you here, this thing like more than my age. Reason being, if I'll ask you what is the age of this wonderful, beautiful lady who is sitting in front of me, uh, you would be amazed. I mean, like if I ask the guests, like the viewers, that can you guess what is the age of this beautiful women? I'm sure they will say, okay, it would be 40, 41, 50 max, like. But I want to tell everyone on this call, like VT is 71 years old, and I am proud of that because at this age, women are like holding a seat, sitting at back and chattering and don't know what is going on. Like they are every day they are dying. But you are a woman, you are a mother, you are a mentor who is feeling energy in everyone. I have seen you, you have been through that tough phase Vidhi, just recently, and you just came out of that, and I am really, salute to you. You're such a wonderful woman. Viji, there is a lot to speak, but still I try to make a brief of it. She is an author, she is a blogger, she is a podcaster, she is a certified parenting wisdom coach, she is the part of Rotary Club, she's a Rotarian, with 40 years of teaching experience across the board, mother of a loving daughter, a very wonderful daughter, especially because we are talking about parenting. So her parenting is exemplary. And now at 71, she is ready to launch her mastermind, Evolve, Express, and Thrive as a mindset and expression coach for women. Oh my God. Vidi, truly, like I need not to tell the audience anymore. Like you are doing and doing and doing. And I also know about your parenting coaching. Like I am new into it, but you have started it very early, and I think you have almost finished that, and you have just moved forward from there. But your experience today will definitely give benefit to the parents who are going to listen to you. So, Viji, first of all, I request you to, just tell some more about you to all the people who are just, listening to you.
Very good evening to all of you from all over India and the world, wherever you are placed. It is a wonderful opportunity to get my message across because that is why I have come into coaching and speaking. 46 years of experiential learning, not only in the classroom, outside the classroom, from my mentors, beginning with Afin Khan. Then I have Purushottam Hambarde, from whom I learned how to do, make videos and video editing through his video making mastery. Then, of course, the greatest of them, Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi, with whom I'm in Project Next, with Ajit Navalka in Mind Valley and EverCoach. So, I have this very holistic kind of training. And that is what I want to share with my own brand, with my own stamp, as I call it, the Viji stamp, which is like, it is kind of, the essence of everything that I have learned and imbibed and practiced and experienced.
You for a session kindly, and I'm thankful for this session. So I want to know a little more about Mindscape today. That background, but I just really want to know about Mindscape.
Yeah. So Mindscape was actually something which I had visualized even while I was teaching, because I always thought that my role as a teacher is not just teaching history. By the way, I am MA BEd History and English, and I've been a senior teacher of history in the Ashokal group of schools at Kolkata. So history was something that was the base, that was the foundation. But I always believed that irrespective of whichever class I'm teaching, whether it's from class 2 to class 12, I am there, to create the person, the persona of my student. I am a great follower of Swami Vivekananda, who always said that education is the manifestation of perfection in man. So my role there is to bring out that perfection, to bring out that goodness, to bring out that greatness. And you can meet my students from all over the world. 25, 30 years ago, they left me. This is a beautiful I got from one of my students. 25 years after she had left, the existence of school. So somewhere there's a connect, somewhere there's an emotional bonding. And that is what I felt as a teacher that's important. I'm a surrogate mother. I have to have all those qualities of the mother in me to be a great teacher. For me, teaching is not a profession. For me, teaching was a vocation. It was a dedication. It was a passion. It was a purpose. And I never went with any note. You can ask my students down the years, when I went there, it was just extempore. It was just chatting, just sharing. Little episodes, little extracts. They just whizzed through my mind and I shared them. And then when you had when you had 2-3 classes, then it was, ma'am, you shared there, you didn't tell us,
Yeah. I think, Vijay, these are two things which really connect both of us. One is Swami Vivekananda, and the second one is passion of teaching about this profession. We love this profession.
I do.
Yeah. So let's come to our topic of the evening. We are talking about, parenting with empathy. That's something really very strong and important. So I just want to request you, first of all, just let us know what is empathy.
See, I'll begin with parenting and then I'll move to empathy, because
Sure.
parenting is something which is not just associated with a mother and a father or a husband and a wife. We have a joint family today. So it's the parenting of the grandmother, parenting of the grandfather. And everyone comes into that network of sharing and connecting. So empathy for me is all about sharing and connecting. It's all about putting yourself in the shoes of the other person. I also was a teen. I was also a 5-year-old. I was also up to all kinds of pranks. Today you see me as this very, that wisdom, profound wisdom. But you'll be surprised that when I was in school in Loreto, I actually prayed truant. And I ran smack into a whole, what do you call it? Barbed wire fence. And I still have the mark there on my thigh.
Okay.
And then I just went blank. And I woke up in the hostel infirmary. So, when you put yourself there, the child, there's a time for everything in a person's life. So mischief is a part of growing up. Yes. So you have to be able to be non-judgmental, non-critical, and love the child for who she is or he is.
Right. So here you just want to say, like, parenting with empathy means we need to understand the child. We need to know what the child wants, what is his age, what are his priorities and requirements. Right?
Absolutely. What are his fears? What are his anxieties? What are his dreams? What are his frustrations? What are his aspirations? Everything. So you have to have your finger on his pulse. Feeling.
True.
Connection. Connection before correction. That is very important in empathy. Don't correct just to correct your child for doing something wrong. Connect with him from the heart. Have what we call is an iron hand in a velvet glove. Discipline, yes, but discipline with understanding.
Awesome. With this, your sentence,
empathy,
made my day. Connect before correct.
Yes. And empathy with discipline, or discipline with empathy. If you discipline a person with empathy, the child will remember that lesson, but will never have bitterness in his heart towards you. He'll know that what you did was to help him grow, to evolve, to become better.
Yeah. 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 So, Vijay, like, what is collaborative parenting all about? Like, what do you want to convey to the parents about collaboration?
See, if you look upon a family as a team, what do you do when you go to office? A professional. Everyone is a team. Everyone has a role to play. Everyone has knows whose strength and whose weakness, and they tap into that strength. They tap into and try to overcome that weakness, or give a supporting shoulder to a person who's weak in something. We've seen that in our mastermind. If I'm not able to do something immediately, the minute I write something in the mastermind, I need help, you have 10-15 people jumping in. Okay, Vijay, just contact me, I'm there for you. So
Yeah.
एक
Yeah.
family में वैसा ही relationship होना चाहिए between the husband and the wife and the children. Husband and wife must not try to dominate each other. They must be complementary. दो पहिया.
Yeah. Yeah.
एक साथ चलेंगे. So if they
Yeah.
go together at the same speed, with the same understanding, the child will blossom and bloom in that environment. If there's conflict between parents, that is going to jar the growth of the child. Today we have so many homes which are broken. And when I was in school as a teacher, I have seen children withering literally because of that negative atmosphere in their home. You can't think of yourself. You have to put your child in before you. That's important.
So true. Like in this context, as you said, the husband and wife are the two wheels of the car. So
Yes.
what is the role of a mother in it? Like I'm also a mother, and like me, so many mothers, they are working as well.
Yes.
A mother is always confused about her role, Viji. Like where to give priority, whether to give it to your dreams, to your child, to your responsibilities. Sometimes I feel it's too much on her, especially in context of Indian society. If she is going to get her dreams, then you are just compromising on your child. If you are going like I just want something from you.
I don't think there's a need to compromise on your own dreams to nurture a child. You can share each other's dreams. You can make each other's dreams your own. You can become a catalyst for each other. I'll give you one very simple example. This is a true example. She doesn't know it, but I'm giving you this example. A very great friend of mine, So she started cooking from the home because we used to love her cooking, She is a descendant of the Nawab of Awadh. She belongs to that Khandani family. So initially when she would make it for a select group of people. And then we said, no, why don't you take it to the next level? So now she has a kitchen. She has a proper place, and it's called Manzilat's Kitchen. Her name is Manzilat, very dear friend of mine. Manzilat is going to be shocked when she hears her name being cited as an example. But what I want to share here is that, the plates, the cutlery, they were all designed by her children. They are designers. They have designed it, and it's so beautiful, It's such a that feeling of royalty is there. If you see the inside, the plate specially designed with that insignia. So that is what I mean to tell you is, giving you an example of how the children have made the mother's dream their own dream. There's another great friend of mine. Even she doesn't know it. She had, a linen line, very famous bed linen, table linen, that kind of a thing. It was started by her mother-in-law, very well known in Calcutta, but it was kind of not growing because today everything is online. It's all about branding. And a daughter who is now grown up has actually started branding the product. So that whole product has now, gone up to a different level. It is there on the net. It is there online. Her reach is much wider. So that is what I mean to say. I'm just giving an example that they are not contradictory to each other. They're integrated together because the dream is now their dream. It is not the dream of my friend. It is the dream of the family. These are two small examples, and these are true examples I'm giving you.
Right. So true. Like you just want to convey, like a mother should follow her dreams.
Definitely. You have to follow your dreams. If you're frustrated, you're stressed out, how can you be a role model to your child? I believe a mother is the best role model for the child. She doesn't have to look outside. But that mother must have confidence in her own ability. And she can have that confidence only if she knows she can follow her passion. She can follow what she sees as her purpose in life. But that doesn't mean she'll neglect her duties.
Right.
She has to be a mother. She has to be a wife. She has to be a daughter-in-law.
Right.
A friend, a colleague. There's so many roles that you have. But don't lose yourself. Why do you lose yourself? अपनी अस्तित्व क्या है? अपनी अस्तित्व भी एक है, एक कुछ है ना? I am Vijay. I am unique.
And you rightly said, like collaborative parenting, you already said it's not just one person's responsibility. If the family is having such good environment of sharing the responsibilities, then
collaboration. What is collaboration? Each one is there to work together, to support each other, to help each other.
I think that is something you were blessed and I am blessed with. Like we are able to follow our dreams.
Yes.
Otherwise, it becomes very difficult for someone to follow the dreams. Without family support, you can't play all the roles all together and cannot achieve your dream.
You know something, Lalita, I did my master's when I was 39 years of age. I was already teaching in a school. Okay. I had all my classes, I had my exams, but after that I used to come home, get ready and then go to Jadavpur University. 3 years in the evening to do my master's. Because class 11, 12 was starting. But I had my mother-in-law, I had my sister-in-law. And my Devrani is one of the most beautiful women, I tell you. Beautiful both from the heart, inside. And admire her greatly.
So, Vijay, here I just want to, go on the next thing. Like, how should we control the children? Like, should we control them or shouldn't we control them? And if we control them, like how we can have that, that not key, I will not say key, but something, how we can, just regulate the child for self-discipline. Like we should have very good, healthy environment and bonding, but still somewhere there are few things, after all, they are kids. So how should we control them? Controlling doesn't, self-driven, they should be in a positive manner.
Yes,
so what can we do for that?
See, spare the rod and spoil the child. I don't believe in that. Okay. You have to set boundaries. You have to set limits. There's a difference, I was telling you, Lalita, between freedom, liberty, and license. With freedom comes accountability. You are accountable for yourself, accountable to your home, to the people you live with. So liberty is there. You have the freedom to do a number of things, but you cannot take the law into your own hands. Otherwise, we'll have chaos. We are living in civil society. That is why we have rules and regulations to govern us. Otherwise, there'll be chaos and anarchy. So similarly, in the family, if there are no rules, if there are no boundaries, again, you'll have chaos and anarchy. Each going their own separate way, each doing their own thing, bindas. And that bond will never grow. That connection will never develop. That empathy will never be there. So discipline has to be there. I believe in discipline. But discipline, again, has to be accompanied with understanding. Discipline without understanding is like command and control. I'm the head of the family. You jolly well listen to me. You have to do what I tell you. No child today is going to respond if you tell you have to do it. Why don't you do it? Another thing which I want to tell you is you should be able to take a no from your child. It's very important. Especially when she is a grown-up child. She is in her teens. She is involved in so many things. Maybe in school, there's some program going on for which she is preparing, and you want to do something, abhi karna hai. Just now you have to do it. She's tired, she's exhausted. Give her some time.
Yeah.
Make an exchange. Okay, ठीक है बेटा, आज को नहीं कर पाओगे तो ठीक है, दो दिन के बाद करो, but करना, you know. Then she will also be able to take that. She'll understand that you understand her. So everything, but with emotion, with emotional connect, with empathy, with understanding.
I think we are somewhere connected with our conditioning, Viji, right? If I'm not wrong. Like how we were being parented, like how we were grown by our parents, what were their methods.
Yeah.
In their ways, they were beautiful. I mean, they were amazing.
Absolutely.
But now I think time has changed and that conditioning is too much into our head. And I think we need to a little more work upon that, right?
See, cultural conditioning is something we have to accept because it's the environment we are living in. We cannot change our environment. But we have to make people understand that you are like a pond which is closed. There's no water passing through it. And the dead leaves are falling in it. It is stagnant. And a stagnant pool does not contribute to anyone. Neither fish, fowl, nothing. So in life also, if you lead a stagnant life where there's no movement, where there's no dynamism, where there is no growth, what happens? Your life also becomes stunted. You are stifled. And that is why my mastermind is aimed at getting women to express themselves.
Yeah, that is beautiful.
In their mind. And that is why I've called it express and thrive. Evolve. You have to evolve. You cannot remain where you are. And to evolve, you have to be able to express. And if you express, you thrive. So you have three mindsets, you know, Lalita. There's the victim mindset when you feel that, you know, everything is being done to me, you know. I am not enough. I don't have this. I don't have that. Why does it happen to me alone? You know, you have that very narrow victim mindset. If you come out of that, you're a survivor. But then you can slide back into the victim mindset very easily. But if you rise above that and you thrive and you want to learn and you want to grow and you're curious and you want to know, nothing is going to keep you back.
Yeah.
And you are never going to slide into that victim mindset because you have elevated yourself. You have evolved.
And rightly said, like your child is your reflection. Especially if the mother is strong, the child is strong. However, our purpose is not to make this program, you know, mother-oriented or women-oriented.
No.
Somewhere it's true, like from the society. Like obviously, the mother is, you know, in context of child, the mother is one of the main stakeholders. So she needs to be powerful and strong, no doubt about it.
Lalita, I will also talk about the father today. You know, you can't have the stereotyped role of the father where he is the breadwinner, you know. Like I remember when my daughter was growing up, my husband said, see, the studies part you will look after. Okay, I'm not going to look after that. Other things, yes. He taught her poetry and, you know, he took her out, developed her aesthetic tastes. That's fine. But today I see fathers, especially young fathers, you know, they are actually being mothers.
Yes. So true.
They are nurturing the child, bathing the child, changing nappies. So what happens is the child also is getting the benefit of love of both. And how beautiful is that?
Right. So true. Yes. So like as we were talking about self-discipline, so with teenagers, I just want to discuss a little more, like especially with teenagers, like can you give some tips to maintain discipline into them, like some examples or something to make it more clear to us?
See, you have to again set boundaries. Today, you know, our children have unlimited screen time. There's this game called PUBG, which is literally devouring the minds of our youth. You see a child literally, you know, deteriorating in front of your eyes, academically, socially, He's becoming a recluse. He likes to be confined in his room all the time. He doesn't go out to play with his friends. Why? Because he's obsessed with that game. Now that game gives him self-adulation, you know. If he makes a win in that game and everyone treats him like a hero, he becomes a virtual hero. But he has to be taught that being a virtual hero is a sham. It is not reality. Be a hero in this life. Follow your dreams. Share your aspirations with your parents. And then they will take that extra step to fulfill that dream, because it is a financial responsibility. So parents have to understand how serious you are. If you want to play the guitar, how serious you are. Is it something that you want to pick up because your friend is doing it? Or is it because there's an urge, there's a desire to play and harmonize? So what is the real reason that your child wants to do something? Find that out. Give some time. What my prescription, if you can spend 15 minutes in a day with your child, just talk to your child. Don't ask about studies. Don't ask about his exams. Just talk. What is in his mind? What is bothering him? What is uppermost in his thoughts? Let him share. Only 15 minutes in the day. And be there for your child when the child wants you, when the child needs you.
Vijay, for this, I would like to share my experience as well. Like, I always tell people, like, don't do it. Like, as you are going back home from office, don't ask for your homework from your child. But last week, I realized for past 3 days, like, I was going asking my son, okay, what have you done? Have you done your homework? Was the class there? And that's it. I was occupied with few of my things. Second day, the same thing happened. Third day, he came to me and he was asking for something, and suddenly said, you just let me know whether you studied or not.
Exactly.
And he literally started crying. And he said, what is wrong with you, Mama? Every time I'm coming to you and you just ask about the homework.
Yes.
The reason, unknowingly, unconsciously, I was doing that. I know it should not be done. Still, I'm doing it.
True. Lalita, I see in front of schools, mothers spending hours together, literally scrutinizing the exercise book of the other section. Suppose there are 5 sections in a class. What is being taught in that class? That fear of missing out. Why? Your child is in class 3, class 4. Let him grow. Let him find his space. Let him find his level. There's lots of time. You don't have to push him. He'll grow. I told my daughter till class 8, I'm not bothered what you do. You have to, yes, you can't fail, definitely, but I'm not going to be after you. Yes, but after 8, when you go to the senior school, 9, then you have to become more serious. Then you have to think in terms of competition, but not competition with others, competition with yourself. Make yourself the benchmark. I've always told my students that if you're getting 50 today, strive for 55 in the next assessment. Take it to 60 for your midterm. Don't look at what the others are doing. Their environment may be different. Their aptitude may be different. Their understanding may be different. Compete with yourself. As long as you are happy, as long as you are able to take yourself to the next level, the next notch, that is enough. The next step, as Tony Robbins says, just take that next step. And that one step, next step, next step, next step, next step, next step. By the time you finish, you have traversed that journey of self-development and growth.
Right. As you said about conversation and communication, it's really important. So I just want to know a little more about this conversation and communication as well. Like, how should we build it, and what kind of conversation or things we should have every day?
I'll share I'll share what we used to do when I was growing up. We were 4 brothers and sisters. Dad was an IAS officer, very senior, very pressurized. But the minute he used to come home, he used to say, dinner table, we're all going to be together. And it was at the dinner table. Once we finished our dinner, we used to sit and chat, and he would talk about politics, he would talk about music, he would talk stories, different things. Never asked us about studies, ever, ever. So, this whole world opened up. Speak about books, speak about music, speak about cinema, speak about theater, speak about spirituality. There's so many things to converse. And take your child through that journey. He's very small, like a chota bachcha hai. Uske, I remember Hans Christian Andersen ki kitab. We used to read those fairy tales, Grimm's fairy tales.
Yes.
We grew up in that, the world of fantasy, the world of imagination. Today, as a coach, when you speak of visualization, what else is it but that? Where you put yourself into a world of fantasy and you imagine yourself being something that you are not, Cinderella before 12 o'clock. So look for that Cinderella within you, Let that
like being
Cinderella.
a child yourself, being a child yourself.
Yes.
Be child.
If you see my logo, it's not there today. If you see my logo, little child, the eye, mindscape, eye is a little child reaching out. And the brain has got leaves. You've seen it. So what is that?
I have seen.
The desire to know. Keep the child alive within you. You tell me, why am I evergreen? Someone told me the other day at 71, how are you evergreen? Because I keep the child in me alive. I want to know. I want to grow. I mean, there's no limit to it. Every day I'm knowing, every day I'm learning something. And learning never stops.
Yeah.
As a mother, create that urge of learning in your child. Help him to read. Get him into the habit of reading. Simple books. You must start loving the written word, not what is there on the screen. Actually hold that book, That's a beautiful feeling. हम लोग जब छोटे थे, Reader's Digest बोलकर एक किताब मिलता था.
Yes.
And when I was about class 8, Daddy subscribed to Reader's Digest, and I remember they had a vocabulary section, they had a story section, and stories were all about courage and about accomplishment, crossing the Nile. Crossing the Nile, falling 14,000 feet without a parachute. Those things kind of really created that heroism in us,
Great.
You learn how to appreciate courage and goodness.
However, Vijay, I want to talk to you for so long, and we can communicate by, for long, I mean. But still, we need to see the time. Like before we sum up, I just want to ask you, like, what message you want to convey to the audience today in the evening?
If they have any questions, I would like to answer. Otherwise,
so far, I think there is no question.
Okay, so my communication is just that: love your child, let your child be who he or she is. Just be there to give a supportive hand. And I'm actually putting up a course on this, parenting challenging teens with success. So it's in the process. It'll be up in mastermind.com maybe in a month's time. So that is it, that you just have to put yourself in his shoes. What were you like then? What kind of freedoms did you get? What kind of an environment did you grow in? Was it negative, or if it was positive? If it was positive, take some lessons from there. But add on to it. The paradigm of parenting has changed today. That is something you have to understand. Every child is an individual spirit. Every child is an individual being. Being a Hindu, I believe we have come here for a purpose, We are here for a karmic purpose. Your child here too has a karmic purpose. Let him fulfill that karmic purpose. Don't stifle him. Bediya mat panao, usko mat pehnao. Let him grow, but within boundaries. Every family has values. Instill those values in him. By example, don't force him, ye tumko seekhna hai, nahi. But by example, make him understand, ye taur tarika hai hamare ghar ka. So you kind of grow into that. And my niece, my daughter, beautiful. They have great sense of responsibility. They love their parents. They are there for us. They cherish this relationship. So that is all you want. What more do you want from our children? Isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So true, so true. So it was such a wonderful message. I think that's it. Like everyone, the same is the expectation. Like when
Someone
we were
wants to
kids.
know, is it important for a child to write beautiful handwriting? Yes, there was a time I remember, we used to have a writing book, cursive writing we used to practice. And then, of course, the cursive writing changed and the Marion Richardson style came in where it was more rounded and no loops. So times change. Today, the child has the laptop. So it depends on the speed he has on the laptop,
Yeah.
So
Right.
even writing a book today, you can do it on Otter. You don't even have to write it. You can speak it. So, paradigms are changing. But writing
Right.
always is a great asset. Writing is always a great asset, whether it's a vernacular or
I'll say like reading, writing, and communication, like spoken part.
yes,
These are something we should more focus on instead of academics and
absolutely. The
anything else.
3 hours. I have letters by my father, and I've only kept them. Why? Because they're such beautiful examples of writing. Beautiful writing. I've
Right.
just kept them with me because I
Yeah.
cherish them.
And like I just want to say like here, few things we need to ignore about the child. We should understand it from the perspective of the child, like where to ignore, where to control, where to catch him, where not to catch him. Somewhere we need to be mindful about everything. I think
Yes.
this is something we need to be full of empathy. We need to be full of feelings with the child. And
Yeah.
if we are able to do that, I think we can achieve the goal. Right?
As you said, you are going to unfold the genius in the child. You have to create that space. You have to create that environment. Give that child that opportunity. तो बेड़िया पड़ा पहना कर रखोगे तो वो ग्रो कहाँ से करेगा?
How you cannot even unfold the first layer. First
Layer.
layer is the environment. First layer is the environment.
Absolutely. It's the family is the first circle. Then is your community. Then is your state. Then is, the outer world.
Right.
So in the family, give him that space for growing.
Okay, Viji. Thank you so much for this wonderful, wonderful session and for being with me here today in the evening. Like everyone who will just listen this, I'm damn sure is really going to get a lot of, vision from this.
Yeah,
okay,
change
Viji,
is the only constant, Supriya. Thank you for joining. Change is the only constant, and Gandhi always believed in that. So
the messages are directly getting to you, I think, not to me. Oh, now I can see. Yeah. I got it
change
from Jyoti as well. Lovely.
Yeah, Supriya has joined.
Hina is saying it is important for a child. Oh, yeah, this was from Hina. Supriya is also there. So someone Neeraj said, like, agreed, man, teaching is passion, dedication. So there are true teachers and passionate about this,
Yes.
So
see, if you see this thing, I say I'm a coach and this and that, blah, 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 but always a teacher.
Above all, I'm a teacher.
Always a teacher. That is something which is so dear to me. Yes.
Yeah.
So thank you for this opportunity. It was wonderful interacting with you. Next time, we are going to change tables and you're going to speak about unfolding the genius in a child.
Sure. My pleasure.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Thank you so
much.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.